Now that effect doesn't work if you track me. you can't do like the elevator if you just... And I'm just a dickhead squatting on the floor.
Title. There's a title there. Production value.
I am not a parent, but I am, like most of us, the child of parents. I've heard that parenting is the hardest job in the world. And I hear that, and you're valid, but I raise you PR manager for Marcus Dibble's modelling agency. If you don't know, Google it. I was informed by Joel. Ugh. With birth rates declining across the world, I thought it was important to ask, why? Is it because of the cost, the noise, the smell? Or is it because our collective scrotums are now filled with so much microplastics that they can only shit out an actual full-grown Barbie? I want to put this to the test.
It's very different if you're an Australian.
The grill!
Oh, that's what they mean when to throw another shrimp on the Barbie. I had a Barbie come out of a shrimp. I want to put this to the test, so I went and 3D printed an entirely plastic scrotum, and while I didn't get any answers, it definitely didn't make a baby, and I was kicked out of the public library. In order to experience the full spectrum of parenting, as any parent will tell you, it's basically the same thing to adopt a puppy. So that's what I did. They're still just as loud, they're just as hairy, depending on whether your baby's Greek or not. I don't know if I can say that. They're loud, smelly. They're loud.
Stop describing the Greek.
I felt less like I was a parent, more like I was a member of Trump's Secret Service. Stop shitting on the rug! Don't hump that! The advantage of fur babies is that you can get rid of them if you put them up for adoption with less questions. Facebook Marketplace even has a whole section for it. Although, given Zuck's history and his combination to a certain number of files, I'm shocked that he didn't want to at least, at some point, add a section for buying, swapping, and selling actual kids. It costs an average of a fuck ton to raise a child, and that fuck ton is growing even heavier due to inflation. This article from 2009 said that we're now in the era of the $1 million baby, which means that we're now about $3.5 million per baby from baby to adulthood, although that average ranges from $12 from baby to adulthood, $300,000, $1,800,000, $3 million, depending on how much you love your little cherub. I want to say that the advantage is that even though these little snot-filled goblins might make you, their parent, who loves them so much, teeter on the edge of bankruptcy, they will one day grow up and make a lot of money to give to their boss. Look, the financial side of raising a kid aside, it's also quite an emotional toll now for parents to raise a child in what amounts to be the final stage of the game of life. And I am an optimist, so I will say that optimistically, this is a very hard time for optimists, and especially if you want to raise a child. Because why would you want to raise a child if they live another at least 18 years, fingers crossed, until they can get out of your house and experience poverty on their own, when we don't really know what tomorrow is going to look like? My other biggest concern, aside from the obvious financial, emotional, and sort of spiritual conflict that is raising a child in a hellscape, is what if my child's a bad one? Now, I don't know if it's nature or nurture that makes a shit kid, but I do know that if there is any genetic component to being an absolute shit stirrer, my kid is gonna be a nightmare, as the other two boys in this room will attest to. They're both nodding very hard that, that'd be a rough one to parent. So, if you want to read more about this topic, I'm about to post a piece this week to my website, kieranmcleod.com.au, where I'll explore all the sources and explain more about this because I want to keep this lighthearted and fun for engagement bait. So if you want to come to my show at the end of May, 22nd and 23rd in Yeronga at the Paint Factory, come and see the Bloke Agenda live to join the Bogan cult of kindness. I'll be dressed like Jesus if he was a bit daro. Babies.
His fucking brain is breaking.
Ask your doctor if babies are right for you, and then ask your bank, and then a therapist, and also a spiritual advisor, because Christ, who knows? And then ask Jesus if you can have a baby before marriage, you heathen. The Paint Factory, Yeronga, 22nd and 23rd of May. Please buy tickets. Please buy my tickets. I'll do anything. I'm not having a baby. Not right now. I can't do it.
Can't do it because no one's bought any tickets.
No one's bought any tickets. If you buy enough tickets, I might be able to support a baby. I am pregnant. Your tickets can go right. You go support this baby. Yeah. I'm pregnant and I need your ticket sales to support this little cherub. I need $3.5 million of ticket sales.